Alright everyone, so this is part 2 of the factoring packet, and this is where the new content is coming into play. Now, before we talked about finding factors, x-intercepts, just kind of reviewing all of that stuff, now we're actually going to be learning how to get from standard form to intercept form. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit to this section of the packet. We had two equations, one in standard form, one in intercept form. Now we've talked about a couple of times now that these are the same exact equation, it's just that they're different forms of it. Kind of like water. This might be the liquid form of water, this might be ice, but it's still H2O no matter what you do. Now you've actually already learned how to go from intercept form to standard form, and I'm going to show you that right now. If I do x plus 2 times x plus 4, and I actually distribute everything out, x times x is x squared, x times 4 is 4x, 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 4 is 8. Alright, and then I can combine these two things in the middle, right here, and then my final equation ends up being 2x plus 6x plus 8, which is exactly what we started with. Now notice that our original two numbers, our positive 2 and our positive 4, they multiply together to get the 8 at the end. And then 2x and 4x end up adding together to get the 6 in the middle. So those two numbers are pretty crucial because they determine your final number and they determine the middle number by multiplying and then by adding. So we're going to use that same process as we start to figure out factoring. When we go the opposite way, we're trying to figure out what things, when multiplied back together, would make the original, kind of like we just showed. So our first fill in the blank is intercept form, first of all. When we're factoring, we're really putting it into intercept form, which is that x plus 2x plus 4, that would be intercept form. Oops, going back too far. So my goal is I want to find factors of c. C is always that last number that does not have an x attached to it. It doesn't have a variable at all. So for the first one, 10 is c, negative 20 is the c value. I want to find factors of that also add up to b, which is always the number that has an x attached to it. So 7 and negative 8 here. All right, so two numbers, they have to multiply to this, but add to this. Multiply to this, add to this. So that's my goal here. And notice they've already got my intercept form kind of built for me. I just am filling in the blanks with the numbers. So we always start by taking the t-chart for c, which is 10 in this case. So my factors would be 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. Pretty easy ones for this one. And you can feel free to pause whenever as you go through, copy down what you need to. So something to keep in mind as we progress through, if c is a positive number, and you might even want to write this off to the side, then I'm going to need the same signs. Because really, if I have two numbers that are multiplying to get positive 10, then it's either got to be a positive number times a positive number, or a negative number times a negative number. If I have one of each, it's going to end up equaling negative, so this is my option. I can't have different signs. If it's a negative c value, then I get different signs. Now there's also something else to note with it. If it's a positive c value, I'm trying to think of two numbers that multiply to that c, but also add to this number. Okay? The opposite, if it's a negative c value, I'm trying to think of two numbers that multiply to this, but also subtract to that number. So if it's positive, we're adding. it's negative, we're really going to end up subtracting because of those different signs. So let's take a look here. Two numbers that multiply to 10, these are my only options. Well, which set also adds up to 7? That would be 2 and 5. So I'm going to put a 2 here and a 5 here. No signs in the middle yet, but leave a little bit of space for that. Do not put commas in there. That's not a point. All right, and remember we said that I need same signs. So either +2, +5, or -2, -5. Now both of those options will multiply to be 10, but I'm trying to also get it so it adds up to +7. Okay, well, what makes +7? +2 and +5, or -2 and -5? Well, hopefully this is an easy one to see. Positives and positives added together make 7. -2 and -5 make -7. And I want the first one. So these are both positive. So there's my factored form. Now your x-intercepts are where you get it equal to 0. So if I put x plus 2 equals 0 and x plus 5 equals 0, this should be review from the previous section that we've been talking about. A little bit of algebra. And I get that my x-intercepts are -2 and -5. And then there's my answer for that one. All right, now number 2 is a little bit more work to do. I've got a negative number, but I'm still just going to start with finding my numbers. I'm not even going to look at signs, kind of like the first one. So I have 1 and 20. 2 times 10. 3 doesn't work. 4 times 5 works, and 5 would be the next number, so I'm done. So go ahead and copy those factors down. Now remember, because it's a negative C value, I really am going to end up with different signs. It's either going to be positive times negative or negative times positive, because that's the only way I can get a -20 when they're multiplied. But this time I'm also looking to subtract to get the number. So I'm looking for two numbers that not only multiply to 20, but also subtract to get 8. And again, I'm just kind of ignoring those signs for right now. Multiply to 20, subtract to 8. Well, 20 minus 1 is 19, so that's no good. 10 minus 2 is 8, so that's pretty good. 5 minus 4 is 1, no good, so it's got to be this guy. So put a 2 and a 10 there, no signs yet, just the numbers. Now here are my options. They're going to have to multiply to be -20, so it's got to be either +2, -10, or -2, +10. Those are my options. They're both going to multiply to be -20, but let's see what happens when I combine them. +2 minus 10 equals -8. -2 plus 10 equals +8. I want the negative one because that's what's here. So that's the signs I'm going to use. So there's my answer. X-intercepts, remember that's when y equals 0. So I'm trying to make this equal to 0. So I've got x plus 2 equals 0. And x minus 10 equals 0. Do some algebra for that. One of them is -2. And the other is +10. So those are my two x-intercepts based on my factored intercept form. Now I'm also going to do these ones with you, but I do want to change them a little bit. So if you jumped ahead, you're going to have to readjust. So go ahead and change it to this. And then this one. Let's see. We'll make like that. Okay. So then let's start our factoring process. So we're going to take the factors of the C value. Remember, that's the one that's always at the end. So this one's hopefully pretty easy. It's 1 and 1. Notice this time they didn't build the intercept form for you, so let's just go ahead and start that. No commas. Do not put a comma in. I don't care if there's parentheses. You don't put commas in. They're not coordinates. Always start with x in front. We know it's 1 times 1 because that has to be it. I can't multiply to get 1 any other way. I just don't know what signs are going to go here yet. So here are my options. If I'm multiplying to get positive 1, my only options are either positive 1, or negative 1, negative 1. Remember what we said, if it's a positive c value, you're going to have to add and have the same signs. All right, well, what's positive 1 plus 1? That's 2. Negative 1 and negative 1 is negative 2. Okay, well, look at my equation. Am I trying to get positive or negative? Trying to get negative, so I want this one, which means both of my signs are negative. And if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause, rewind. You don't have to just go at the pace I am. Pause it, ask questions if you need. X-intercepts are when we set it equal to 0. They're the same exact equation, so it's x minus 1 equals 0. And I get that my only x-intercept is positive 1. Okay, last one, make sure you change it from the original. We got 20 again, which we already did, so I'm going to zoom through those factors. This time we have a negative c value, which means I'm subtracting to get this number. Okay, subtracting 2 factors of 20 to get 1. Okay, well 20 minus 1 is 19. No good. 10 minus 2 is 8. No good. 5 minus 4 is 1. Good, that's what I want. So let's start building up our intercept form from our factoring. X and X, 4 and 5. Don't know what signs I'm using yet. To multiply to get negative 20 though, I'm going to have different signs, which means positive 4, negative 5, or negative 4, positive 5. I can't have positive, positive, because that would make positive 20. Negative, negative makes positive 20 as well, so that doesn't work. So it's got to be different signs. Okay, so now let's check and see what happens when I combine them. What's positive 4 minus 5 equal? That's negative 1. Negative 4 plus 5 is positive 1. Look back at my equation and I want negative 1, so it's this one that I'm looking for. And if I was to multiply all of that out all over again, I should get this equation if I did it correctly. And then again, don't forget to find your x-intercepts. So one of them is x equals negative 4. And one of them is x equals 5. Alrighty. On the next page, once you've copied this, please make sure to add extra notes for yourself if you need. If you need to put some things on the side, go for it. You don't have to just write what I write. Then you're going to flip over and try these 2 and these 2 at the bottom. Alright, should be good practice. Please check with the teacher when you're done to see if you did it correctly.